Shalom, brothers and sisters. Shalom. Giving honor and praise unto the Most High, the Creator and the Maker of heaven and earth. My name is Yeshiah Yisrael of the tribe of Dan of the nation of Israel. This particular presentation, brothers and sisters, we do not intend for it to be long. Nonetheless, brothers and sisters, we do intend to have this brought out to the people for edification purposes. Let me turn this down on this end. Thank you for that, family. Giving honor on a human level to my lady Sarai of the tribe of Judah, who definitely is a support in this particular matter. Giving due respect, brothers and sisters, to my teachers in the language. May some of them rest in peace. More Tibak, Adon Naharon, More Hosea, More Mishael, among others. And may some of them continue to have blessed lives. More Yahot Sedek, Kohen Mikael, among others. What we are going to do, brothers and sisters, with the time allotted, we're going to go over the matter of a word that we discussed on this particular channel this past Shabbat. And that is the word Wa'aseemaym. We would like for you all to get your pens, your pads, your papers, and to take notes. We ask you all to subscribe to the channel, More Yeshiah Torah Lessons, or if you're watching it on More Yeshiah Hebrew Lessons, because this is live on two different channels. We ask you all to get your pens, your pads, and your paper, and to take notes. So, if I can be heard, and if people are in good spirits, can you please type in the number 4? If I can be heard, and if you are in good spirits, can you please type in the number 4? Thank you. Without any further ado, let us, brothers and sisters, get into the lesson in this matter. Pull up, brothers and sisters, in slideshow from the beginning, and let us get into this particular matter here. Shalom, giving honor to the Most High. This presentation is to help us get a clear understanding in part how Hebrew works. The word we will deal with is found in Deuteronomy chapter 1, verse 13. We ask you all to subscribe to the channel. If you find it in your heart to donate, please do so at PayPal by the telephone number 908-587-4841. Again, that's 908-587-4841. Shalom. I am open to constructive criticism. Next slide. Now, we're going to show this, brothers and sisters, with the laser pointer, right? Wa'aseemaym. Now, we're going to show this highlighter style, right? And we're going to change the color, right? And we're going to change the color again, okay? C. And we're going to change the color yet again. And I'm going to just underline it in this particular case so it still show with the red. All right. So what we're seeing, brothers and sisters, inside of this, Wa'aseemaym. Again, we're asking you all to get your pens, your pads, and your paper, and to take notes. Wa'aseemaym. Get your pens, pads, paper, and take notes. This is for Hebrew lovers. I will be the first to tell you to pick your teacher. I hope you find me suitable for such. Much love to them who are watching, subscribed, and liking the video. This coming Sabbath, we ask you all to tune in due to the number of lessons we will do, Elohim willing. So what we intend to do this coming Shabbat this coming Sabbath on this channel is, and when I say this channel, I'm talking about Ya'aseemaym Yeshiah Torah lessons. Please subscribe to the channel so you can get the notification when we go live. We're going to go over history, timeline, biblical timeline, history of the kings of Israel in part, and we're going to also have a Hebrew class. So it's intended to be 2 lessons, brothers and sisters. So we're going to shoot for it or start it. That is to say for 11 a.m. and then again say another at 2 p.m. this coming Sabbath. So please subscribe to the channel for when we go live, you are able to get those notifications. Thank you for that. Now, real quick, what we're looking at here, remembering that Hebrew is read from right to left. All right. So you have it to where it's wa in the yellow, in the green ah, because the aleph is silent, right? You got the seen, also can be said as sheen in many cases, holding the same numerical value, having the same meaning. And brothers and sisters, sheen and seen both mean tooth. All right. Wa'aseemaym. Now, let's continue, brothers and sisters, in this presentation. The explanation of Wa'aseemaym. Wa'aseemaym. The word starts with a prefix. The prefix in this case is the letter Waw. Now, when we go back here, we're going to show, brothers and sisters, all right, by circling, if we will, the letter Waw. I try to make this word as big as I can on the font, and it went up to like 96, and this is what I was able to do. The letter you see circled there is that prefix, is the letter Waw, Wa, in this case meaning and, okay? The word Waw itself means hook. So I want to emphasize, Wa means and Waw means hook, all right? This can be found in Exodus chapter 26, verse 32. In the case of the word we are studying, the Waw here serves as a prefix. The meaning here is and. So this Waw here means and. All right? So that's something we want to point out in that particular case. Now, why do we go over Hebrew? Is because 1, it's our language. 2, it's the language that is written in the scriptures. And 3, it doesn't hurt. You understand? And as stated, I'll be the first to tell you to pick your Hebrew teacher. I may not be your Hebrew teacher, but if you find me suitable, I definitely do respect that in that particular case. All right? In Hebrew, and as in an, and a, and is, and are all understood. There are no set words for them. So why do I emphasize and ask you all to get your pens, your pads, and your papers? Because there is no set Hebrew word for an as in an. There is no set Hebrew word for a as in just that letter a. There is no set word for is as in is. And there is no set word for are as in are. They are all understood. In Hebrew, and is attached to the word it is with. Thus, a man is ish, and a man is wa'ish or wa'ish. So what am I emphasizing, brothers and sisters? In Hebrew, the word and is wa or wa, or in certain cases, u. All right, we'll discuss that as we go along in the grammar matter. It is attached to the letter with it. So the word for man is ish, correct? So you wouldn't say wa ish as it's saying and a man, you would just say wa'ish. It's one word in that particular case in Hebrew. But as we pointed out, an, a, and is as in is and are as in are all understood. All right. Is there any questions or comments? Please feel free to put them in the chat. If there's any questions or comments, please feel free to put it in the chat. All right. In Hebrew, and is attached to the word, it is with. Now, I understand that some people are getting prepared, depending upon not being funny, one calendar one is using regarding the timing of Pesach or Passover. Why do I mention that right here? Because you could take the same timing while straightening up and getting leavening out and so forth to listen to the same lesson. It's going to be online. So you can either listen to it live now or later on. Up to you. Next slide. Explanation. Wa'aseemaym. The letters you see in large spell asim. And the meaning is I will put, I will place, I will set. What do we want to point out? The whole word Wa'aseemaym is here. Nonetheless, the letters that you see enlarged spell the word asim. This word is an ayin yod verb discussed in Hebrew is Easy Volume 3, a book you can get on Amazon. And that the second root letter is a yod. Now, what am I saying? An ayin yod verb is any verb that has the letter yod as a second letter. So that is shir, meaning sing. That is seem, meaning put or place. All right. So when we get into, as the lessons go on, into Hebrew is Easy Volume 7, a book that is not out yet, these things will be explained. How does it formulate from the qual stem into its he field stem? This is why we want to promote the Hebrew books for those who are interested into it. Each of them being $10 on Amazon itself. All right. So now let's look, brothers and sisters. All right. Wa'aseemaym. The word asim can be said by either a male or a female. The word is a future tense word. This is known due to the fact that the prefix is the letter aleph. The prefix here stands for ani or I am. What am I pointing out? When you say asim, it means literally I will put or I will place. Now, when you're dealing with that, that can be said by either a male or a female. A female will say asim, a male will say asim, and it means the exact same thing. When you're dealing with the first person and pronoun, singular, and the first person pronoun, plural, both for male and female, it's the same word. What am I saying? This is why I'm saying get your pens, your pads, and your papers and take notes. The first person singular pronoun is the word ani. All right. And the first person plural pronoun is anachnu. Anachnu means we. So that can be stated by either all males and or females. Once it comes down to its first person, whether singular, I, or plural, we. All right. So let's look at this, brothers and sisters. Anytime, as pointed out, when the letter yod is the second of the root letter, it is known as a ayin yod verb. In its past tense, the yod drops out and it comes in its future tense. Thus, we see the word asim with the yod in it. If there are any questions or comments about what we are discussing and talking about, please do not hesitate to put it inside the comment section. If there are any questions or comments concerning what we're talking about, please do not hesitate to put it inside the comment section. All right? Let's go on. Wa'aseemaym continued. Let's look. We see here, asim, I will put. Tasim, you will put, or she will put. Tasimi, you feminine will put. Yasin, he will put. The identification of a future tense word is in the prefix. The prefixes are with the letter aleph, tau, or yod. So what do we want to point out? And we want to take out the time. Thank you for listening, family. And we're going to highlight. No, we want to highlight this with the highlighter. Sorry. But we want to use a different color. Let's use this light blue. All right. You got the aleph. You got the tau. You got the tau. And you got the yod. All of what you see there in that blue are prefixes. In this particular case, the verb is sam, and when conjugated, it's seem, meaning to put or to place. Asim, I will put. So my lady will say, Asim hamazon al hashulchan. I will put the food on the table. I will say to her, Tasimi hamazon al hashulchan. You will put the food on the table. If she is saying it to me, she will say, Tasim hamazon al hashulchan. You will put the food on the table. If her and I are talking about a male, not myself, it would be Yasin, he will put. And if we're talking about a female, not her, it will be Tasim, meaning she will put. So what do we want to point out? The identification of a future tense word is in the prefix. The prefix, as we know, is a word or letter in this case that precedes the root of said word. So these things formulate in this case as in the aleph, the tau, and the yod. The aleph standing for ani. In that case, the tau standing for ata or at, meaning you masculine or you feminine, and hu, meaning he. You have the yod there in that particular case and how the wording work in that case. In this, we are discussing only the singular of such. All right. So again, if there are any questions or comments on how this future tense matter work, please again do not hesitate to ask inside of the comment section. All right. So let's take that, erase that in that case. Let's go on to the next slide. Wa'aseemaym continued. All right. We want to point this out with the laser pointer. Aleph, the first person, masculine or feminine. Tau, the second person, masculine. Yod, the third person, masculine. Now, the tau also in this case serves as second person feminine, as in tasimi. Let's go back there so we can see what we're talking about real quick. You see here tasim with the laser pointer. Matter of fact, let's highlight that so we can see the distinction. Highlighter. Tasim. And we're going to color code the other one a different color. Let's do that one yellow. Okay. And tasimi. One means you will put masculine. The other means you will put feminine. That's how that works in that case. All right. Are there any questions? Let it be known inside of, say, the comment section in this. All right. Let's go on to the next part. Now, we want to use the laser pointer with the time allotted. Thank you. We want to point out that in the future tense in Hebrew, the second person masculine is the same word for the third person feminine. Thus, tasim means you will put, and it means she will put. So now, if you remember having gotten Hebrew is Easy, Volume 1, we want to show that book. All right, pardon me with that. Let's bring these books down here and show the Hebrew books in this particular case, if we will, right? Now, in this one right here, Hebrew is Easy, Volume 1, right? We're going to go over, this is why I say people get your pens, your pads, and take notes, right? If we look at the singular pronouns, called in this particular case the basic pronouns, right? As in what we see here. I want to show it in front of my face so it can be seen in that case. Ani, ata, at, hu, and he. We've gone over this several particular aspects. So I ask you all to get this book for those who are interested. Hebrew is Easy, Volume 1, and study it. Again, if there's any questions, I'm a phone call or text away at 908-587-4841. All right. Once you understand the pronouns and you build your vocabulary based on your regular common usage of words, what do I mean by that? If you're a driver, your regular common usage of words is car, road, stop, go, red light, green light, travel, speed up, slow down. So those vocabulary words based upon what you usually talk about, say in English, will come to you quicker. So if you're a painter, you may want to learn your colors. You may want to learn, I will paint, I painted. You may want to learn picture. I will paint the picture. I will not paint the picture. This picture will look like this. This color will be like such. You may want to build a vocabulary in Hebrew based upon what you usually speak about in whatever language you're already speaking in. That will increase your vocabulary very well. All right. So now, the pronoun for you are, masculine, is ata. The pronoun for she or she is he. The same word in the future tense for the second person masculine and the third person feminine is only in the singular aspect, not the plural. We will discuss the plural later. Now, when I say plural will be discussed later, we're talking about in another presentation. So this is why, again, we ask you all to comment, like, subscribe to the channel, and we ask you all to patronize by getting these books, which, not being funny, I find that these books sell in the UK greatly. They actually sell in Europe pretty well. Thanking the creator for such. All right. So just want to point that out in that particular case. Next part, if there's any questions, let me know. Wa'aseemaym continue. Tasimi. This word means you will put when speaking to a female. Now, if a female is speaking to a female, or if a male is speaking to a female, saying you will put, it's the same word, tasimi. All right? This word too is in the singular. The prefix in the word is the word tau. The suffix is with the letter yod. Hebrew is a language heavily based on gender. There are 2 feminine letters and 20 masculine letters in Hebrew, the alphabet. The 2 feminine letters are pointed out in this book and in this book, Hebrew is Easy, Volume 2. Both of them available for those who want them online. The letter Hey and the letter Tau are the feminine letters. All right, next part. Now, brothers and sisters, to collaborate what was done on the Sabbath regarding this word here coming out of Deuteronomy chapter 1, we want to get into this and close out. Wa'aseemaym, wa. Asim, correctly spelt as asim with the mem sophi, as opposed to just the mem. All right, you will need to know the alphabet in that particular case. Again, the alphabet, for those who are interested, as discussed and shown here, is in this book here, Hebrew is Easy, Volume 1. All right, for those who are interested, you can get that book on Amazon. The last mem or m sound, memsophet, serves here as a suffix. Now, the memsophet we are going to highlight, brothers and sisters, in this blue. Here is the memsophet, and we're only going to highlight the memsophet in this case. The memsophet in this case. The memsophet in this case. Any questions? If you can hear me, and if you're in good spirits, please type in the number 4. All right? If you can hear me, and if you are in good spirits, please type in the number 4. Thank you. All right, thank you for that. We're going to pull this back up, and we're going to go from the current slide in this particular case. All right. If you can hear me, and if you're in good spirits, please type in the number 4. If you can hear me, and if you are in good spirits, please type in the number 4. Thank you. Let us go here. Oh, didn't want to jump the gun. Sorry. And let's look at this here with the laser pointer. The memsophet here is a shortened form from the word otam. The word otam means them. What am I pointing out? This memsophet in this particular word, Wa'aseemaym, that last M sound that you hear, serves as a suffix from the word otam. That, brothers and sisters, the word otam is in this book here, listed as the object pronouns. For those who are interested, Hebrew is Easy, Volume 2. All right. In this case, an abbreviated pronoun was placed with a conjugated verb, which has a prefix with it. Any questions concerning that sentence right there? Let me know. Asim means I will put. The aleph serves as a prefix with that to the root word seem or psalm. Wa'aseem, and I will put. That wow serves as even another prefix in that particular case. Wa'aseemaym, that last M sound, serves as a suffix. And that, brothers and sisters, as we pointed out over here, right? Aleph, the first person masculine or feminine. Tau, the second person masculine. Yod, the third person masculine. As we pointed out here. Well, as we pointed out the thing with the Aleph, the Tau, and the Yod as prefixes in this case, this mem sound at the end of this word serves as a suffix. All right? Now, whereas the aleph in the beginning of a future tense word comes from the word ani, meaning I or I am, this memsophet serving as a as a suffix comes from the root word or its word otam. The word otam meaning them. THEM. All right. I'm going to type that in there in this particular case. All right. Otam means them. All right. Let us continue, brothers and sisters, in this particular case. In this case, an abbreviated pronoun was placed with a conjugated verb, which has a prefix with it. The abbreviated pronoun is an object pronoun, the mem at the end from otam. Was placed with a conjugated verb. Conjugate is when you put a verb in either its past, its present, or its future tense. In this case, it's the future tense that we're dealing with here in this lesson. Singular, nonetheless. Asim. That aleph is the prefix in that case. So that's how that last part is explained in the PowerPoint here. Peace. Subscribe to the channel and support the books. Wa'aseemaym, and I will put them. Hebrew is Easy, Volume 3. Hakwol, Quobel, Qualut Hakwal. Hakwol, Quobel, Qualut Hakwal. The voice cries out the easiness of the qual, meaning the qual stem being easy in Hebrew. This book here is this book that we see right here. It was written, brothers and sisters, back in the year 2020 when I was staying in the South. Hebrew is Easy, Volume 3, for those who are interested. All right? And this has been pointed out, brothers and sisters, on other matters in this case. I'd like to go to page 53. All right? And this is chapter 10 of such, if we will. And the word that I chose to use for this ayin yod verb of the qual stem is the word shir, meaning, brothers and sisters, to sing. So it's shown in its present tense, it's shown in its past tense, and it's shown in its future tense. From page 53 to page 56. In this book here, the qual stem of the ayin yod verb is discussed and explained. All right, there's two you can get on Amazon, brothers and sisters. If I can be heard and the people in good spirits, please type in the number 4. Thank you. Shout outs to cause Wa'aseemaym Yeshiah to exist. What do I mean by that? The people who have guided me to become a moray, shout out to them. That's what I mean. I wouldn't be a moray if I didn't sit under my teachers. And it doesn't make you any less of a moray to acknowledge those who paved the way for you. Sorry, I have to drink. There are several books one can get regarding Hebrew from the website, DanitePublications.com. All right, DANITE. Danite. Publications.com. For those who are interested, thank you, love, for typing in the number 4. One can reach me at 908-587-4841. One can also reach me at 718-864-3125. That's like the office number. Because me and my lady Sarai, we're attempting to get certain things done online, not to get too far off the subject or to expose certain things before it comes to fruition. But the number to reach us at is 718-864-3125. The email, kashuput@gmail.com or yyisrael22@yahoo.com. I am not a member of a set camp or congregation. Nonetheless, I would not be able to speak on or speak Hebrew if I did not have my teachers, More Yosef, More Mishael, More Hosea, More Tibak, Chief Simeon. May they and others rest in peace. Kohen Mikael, More Yehotadek, Iman Tamikia, Iman Shoshana. May the Creator enhance their lives. Now, Iman Tamikia and Iman Shoshana, that's like my Iman's generation or my mother's generation or so, as well as Kohen Mikael and More Yehotadek. I sat under Kohen Mikael as his student in Hebrew for 3 years. From age 13, or say maybe age 12, until age 15, when we was in a congregation called Hashaba, when it was located in New York. Modeh Hotzedek, I used to speak to him quite often about Hebrew, and then eventually we wound up speaking in Hebrew. All right. Ima Shoshana wrote a Hebrew book as advertised on his channel in the past called So You Want to Learn Hebrew. And if you go into this particular channel or Mora Yeshiah Torah lessons or Mora Yeshiah Hebrew lessons, you will see it advertised on how to get that book as well. So this is just something we want to point out for edification purposes. All right. Call her to get the book at 917-463-8149 or 718-864-3125. Want a good poetry book? Get the book by Sarai Yahuda, Tanya Westbrook. All the poems are either sad or funny, while none are fake. You can subscribe to the YouTube channel, Yeshiah and Sarai, for more information. There is a YouTube channel that me and my lady have called Yeshiah and Sarai, spelled YeshiahandSarai. You can type that in on YouTube and you will see the channel come up. So this book here, Chronicles of a Black Woman's Soul, is something that I advertise on my Facebook quite often, brothers and sisters, and she motivated me in spirit to get these things accomplished. As you can see, she is the moderator for this channel, and I definitely appreciate the support and the help and the motivation, the encouragement, and the spiritual guidance and food for these kind of presentations to be done. So I'm saying, oh, it says told off for, yeah, of course we're going to share. That's what we do. I remember hearing in Israel, sharing is caring. You understand? Even if it ain't for you to read, you can give it to somebody else who can enjoy it and use it. So if sharing is caring, when a person may deliberately go out of his or her own way to not share, that's not nice. That's not good. Many of us have the jobs that we got because somebody shared your application or helped out one way or the other. So it's absolutely positively and emphatically evil to deliberately make sure somebody doesn't get any shine. So we don't want to have that kind of spirit. The Torah teaches us, do not hate your brother, which means your fellow person, in your heart. We're not supposed to hate our brothers in our heart. We're not supposed to hate our sisters in our heart. To make sure you have it on your own way to not share one's own purpose and shine is hating. We don't need that. All right. So this is something we want to point out for edification purposes. DanitePublications, that's the logo that you see there. That's the website. And again, brothers and sisters, I can be reached at 908-587-4841. That's the same telephone number to use if you want to donate to the channel regarding the whole matter of PayPal. All right. So, brothers and sisters, subscribe to the channel. We're going to close out this presentation. We intend, Creator willing, to see you all on this channel this coming Sabbath and intend to have some lessons in that particular case and giving honor and praise to the Creator and Maker of heaven and earth. Most I bless you all. Have a good evening. Shalom. Thank you, Sarah, for the support that you do in moderating in the channel in that case. Shalom.